What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 10 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded King Louen campaign. So as we saw last time, an absolutely glorious battle against Heinrich Kemmler outside of Carrick-Ziflin saw the Barrow Legion return to the grave. Not for too long, I would imagine, because in 13 turns the endgame scenario will activate and the vampires will rise once more, but for a little while, until we put them back in. And in terms of what we gotta do this time, well, we, I guess, have to head out to the sea for a little while with King Louen, just to get those Manan vows, but in addition to that, Rapunzel's new locations are very much in trouble. Skarbrand is coming closer with 2 stacks, and we're going to hopefully try to see them off. Virus will doubtless fall, but hopefully we can hold Al-Haik long enough for Rapunzel to come back, so 7 turns. And we'll definitely need Rapunzel here, as the Vampiric Ascension will also activate the dead in Khemri, as in Manny, and we're gonna have to deal with Manny at the same time. I would imagine he'll destroy Khemri and before coming for us. Anyway, before we get started, this is the 10th episode, and well, at least when I remember to do so, where I like to remind you guys not to forget to drop those likes and comments if you've been enjoying this run. This is YouTube after all. Scheduling, episode length, and how long we run this campaign all do depend on engagement. Anyway, I've said my spiel. Let's get going. In terms of what we gotta do this turn, I know I said I wasn't gonna summon another paladin, but here's the thing. Skarbrand and another full stack, it's a little bit much. We're gonna temporarily summon you because you're the only paladin available, and despite the cost. And if we are able to get you in this army together with Camille here, then you'll be a little bit stronger for when Skarbrand attacks. As to whether it works out, I don't know. Here we're going to go into Realm of Chivalry, and we're going to delete the Smithy and the Rally Field. We'll keep the Royal Stables for capacities of various kinds. It's still quite useful, and it increases paladin capacity, so yeah, we'll keep that, but otherwise no. Then, I think because the endgame scenario is so close, we're better off allying with Khemri. I don't know whether this is temporary or permanent, but they will hopefully help out. And just out of curiosity, would you join war against the Exiles? No, you will not. Okay, that didn't quite work yet, but oh well. Give us some money, and hopefully don't attack us, because, well, you know, if you get destroyed by Manfred, then we'll take your territory anyway without having to actually attack you. Although I guess it would be nice to get the buff from Cetra. I think we can do without. At least I hope we can do without. Next up, do we have any more important diplomacy to do? We should... oh, you know what we should do? We should try to sell off another location. Elysia to the Shrine of Court, to the Avalorn High Elves. Let's see how much you'll give us for this. 5.1k? Alright, that's good enough. Yeah, it's definitely good enough. Alrighty, and then let's talk to Eltharion while we're racking up the cash. Let's see if he's willing to pay us decent amounts of cash for Mistnar. And 3.7k. It's okay, but it's not great. I think we'll hold off on that. And just for a little while longer. We should also try to force Tyrion into a fight with the Cult of Pleasure down here. So that they don't destroy Mother Estankia. I think Avalorn's already at war with them, so we don't need to do the same with Avalorn. We're safe there, but we'll keep the defensive pact, if nothing else. Anyway, we'll hold off on that for a little while. Adelard, you can stay here. And does anybody else need to move or do anything? You know what? We can move Esther Le Maréchal, as she will now be following Louen until she levels up. So let's get you out of there. Hopefully Grungzint won't need the public order anymore. We'll see. And then you two. Eleanor, I guess, is going to stay here because she's high enough leveled, which also means she doesn't need the Wand of Jet anymore. And we also... I can keep the Zealot, I guess. This is probably going to get vampirically corrupted again after all. And I think we're good. This also means that we can't get anything out of Tex this turn, as in no new students. So we'll take the Heraldry of Carcassonne again, and hopefully get them up and running shortly. And double check anything that needs to be built here. You're okay, Gisero Gap, I'm still ignoring you. And I believe that's all we can do. Alrighty. Alrighty, let's end the turn and let's proceed. Unassigned skill points, outposts available. Well, we do have cash now, but you know what? We're about to build a lot of stuff. We already built the outpost at Ubersreich. The ones that we're missing are the High Elf outposts. You know what? Fine, let's build an outpost at, let's say, the Shrine of Assyrian. And we didn't do one with Avalorn either because, well, best place would have been the guy in Vale, but that's not going to happen. We could do another Shrine, Shrine of Cain, Shrine of Ruinous. How well are they defended? Technically, Tor Anlek will be better defended, but, well, Watchtowers are up here, and then there's the Shrine of the Widowmaker itself. Maybe it'll be defensible. I kind of like the idea of having a outpost at both the Shrine of Cain and at the Shrine of Assyrian at the same time. Even though it would be better in the interior territories. You know what, I'm going to wait on Avalorn just for a little while and, you know, maybe save up the money. Now we're going to end the turn. And hopefully I didn't forget anything, but see what we can see. Wait. 1 second. Did I apply all the students where they need to go? Yes, I did. Okay. Because we got another student, and I wanted to make sure that they were everywhere and assigned. Eatane, you want us to attack the Dread Fleet? Yes, but not right now. What we should also probably do is declare war on Sylvania preemptively. And the reason for this is that we'll probably want to try to talk the Wood Elves, all of the Wood Elves, into fighting Sylvania. And that way, hopefully, they won't be attacking our Imperial friends. Alrighty, you're still moving around in the interior of Ulthuan. That doesn't matter to us. Vulture Mountain is besieged again. Okay, would you please die? Damn you, Greybeards, prospectors. Alright, there we go, finally. And we're good. Sword of Cain claimed by Lariel. Cobalt, Copperpot, enemy killed in battle. Oh, lovely. Okay, so, Skarbrand. You have not drawn close, which means Paladin in, and Camille Damsel in as well. And it looks like he's heading towards Al-Haik. I don't think we'll be able to complete recruitment, so we're going to build more peasant mobs. Ever more peasant mobs. Mostly because we can't build what we'd really want to build here, which is like battle pilgrims and stuff for response. But that's okay. And, oh, because of the siege, these things didn't get deleted. Well, that's a shame, but we can at least build the village at Martek. And build the rest up afterwards. Alright, let's see how... Oh. You know what? That's great. The second stack has actually moved away from us, which means... Skarbrand will attack by himself. Can we hold Skarbrand by himself? Well, that also remains to be seen. We should also level you guys up before we fight here. Maybe not you, because... Yeah, I hesitate to level this guy up, to be perfectly honest, mostly because he has Virtue of Discipline, and will thus be getting knight units. Although, if we really wanted to, we could use this guy as a recruiter specifically for knights, reduce recruitment cost, and combine that with this recruitment cost, and combine it further with this recruitment cost, but we need him to be at a higher level. Not the worst idea in the world, though. I kind of like that. You know what? Keep the levels. Might be able to recruit Knights of the Realm for free on this one guy. We will, however, level up the Paladin with Blade Master, Hard to Hit, Deadly Blade, Foe Seeker, and one more in Blade Shield. Getting in close proximity with Skarbrand is gonna be ugly for you, regardless. You are gonna get Harmonic Convergence and then 1 point in Urnon's Thunderbolt, as that's what we'll be needing during the fight, and I believe that's all we can do here. Alright, Louen. Time for you to move out next. We are going to send you as far as we can past Castle Baston, and we're gonna send you out to sea. Might grab the Sword of Couronne battle, we'll see.
You honor me.
Then Eleanor Dubois, you're going to stay at the Blackstone Post. We'll have Chantal move with Louen together with Esther. In fact, they should both go past Louen because I'm pretty sure he can move a lot further than they can. And just go. It's not like they're going to get attacked here after all. Alright. Then... Oh. Are we going to have any battles right now as in this turn? I was wondering whether we should cancel the heraldry here. But I think we're okay. At least for this turn. Alright, we'll wait. Avril Mercier, you're here to recruit. So you're going to go to Alonghi. You're going to grab 3 Grail Reliques. 1 for Adelard, and then 2 for Carcassonne in 2 turns, specifically for the Fey Enchantress. We should probably get a few Battle Pilgrims for the Fey. Let's get her 2. I feel like... Wait, the Fey Enchantress, I think, likes... she likes peasant mobs, unless I'm mistaken. You know what? Get some peasant mobs in here, and we'll wait on the Battle Pilgrims. I'll get her a couple Battle Pilgrims. I feel like it's more of a response thing, but I could be misremembering as to who uses what exactly. Our money is also, like, problematic right now, so we'll need to be careful. Eleanor, you are good as you are, and I just want to double-check that this is all good. Yes. Let's see who else we have here. Adelard. I guess we start moving you northward. At 2 turns. Yeah, start moving you northward. He's still going to be needed up here to help defend against the incursion of the dead within a couple of turns. Then... Oh, I also noticed that we have maxed out Valor again, but nothing to spend it on. We'll want to declare war on Sylvania, who's currently at war with the Golden Order. So we'll talk to the Golden Order, we'll join war against Sylvania, like so. For 3k, not bad. Alright, good. That will helpfully pay for a little bit of things, and Durthu, are you willing to fight Sylvania? Minus 14, not yet. Oh, he's willing to go military access, yeah, sure. 23 money? Sure, give us 23 money. Alright, we should actually check diplomacy of various types while we're at it. Wow, Clark Harrond, willing to go non-aggression pact. That is unexpected as the Dark Elves reeve up and down the coast of Bretonnia. Unlikely a non-aggression pact, I would say. We could do non-aggression pacts or defensive alliances with Torgavon and Vidrioth as well. They're unlikely to attack anybody due to their isolationist tag, and I doubt that the Imperials will attack them. On top of that, having alliances with them will increase our relationship with the other nearby factions, so we'll do that. Defensive alliance with you, and with Torgavon as well. Preparing for the endgame, or with Vidrioth as well, rather. Preparing for the endgame now, so we need to do these kinds of things. Like so. Hawkland, I'm gonna wait on Lorelorn, I think. The problem with Lorelorn is that it's much more likely to get attacked by the Scaling and by Wulfric as well. And I'd rather leave them alone just in case that happens, at least at the current time, as we don't have enough armies to police the place up north. Daughters of the Forest, oh, strength rank went away. You must have lost your armies. Yeah, you're rebuilding them. We really need to help you against the Cult of Pleasure, don't we? Okay, well, it'll have to happen, but we'll deal with it as it comes. Now, let's go for Carrick Ziflin and Blackstone Post. We have the town to be built here. Then we'll go for Iron Mining Pit here. We'll go for the Chapel of the Lady. I guess we'll go double up on Chapel of the Lady. Income from all buildings, all adjacent provinces after all. Certainly worth our time. And then we'll go for the Cinnabar Mining Pit here at Ziflin. Infrastructure. I guess we're going to go for farms here, as in tailors would not work very well. So yeah, let's go farms here. And then here, I was going to go for the brothel slash hostelry. But at the same time, I could use the water wheel. Hard to say. And the problem is, well, the public order is quite problematic. Though at the same time, we do have the ability to build both. You know what? Start with the tap room. And then keep going. This is definitely going to be one of our cash cow provinces. Would have been nice to be able to build the Tailors Guild or whatever the equivalent of the industry buildings rather than the farming buildings here, but, you know, yellow territory after all. Also, let's see what we have here. Adelan Mountains, I'm going to ignore you for now. Could upgrade the land at a state. It's not that expensive, though at the same time, it might not be worth our time. I'll build it for now. Hopefully it doesn't get attacked. Bordelot, yes, you're important. Let's get you that farm. And do we need the defense up at Aquitaine? Probably not, or at least hopefully not, because Brienne and Carcassonne should be taking the brunt of the enemies. So we'll leave it alone and instead go for the Shrine of the Lady. Most likely we'll go for industry rather than farming here, actually, so we'll probably replace you. Oh! You could do both in one province. Huh. Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't realized that. Somewhere we should find a province where we have 4 settlements and build all the tailors and all of the farms in the same exact location. Probably won't be super effective in this particular place, but it's certainly something to consider. Okay, well, either way, you're still gonna go for the Shrine of the Lady for the adjacency bonus. Income adjacency, I mean. And I may still build the tailor there just for a little bit of extra cash rather. Gisero Gep, we're going to continue ignoring you. Torcar, I imagine they can't afford you yet. Quenelle, we will upgrade you to next level. And the Wasteland, you're still ignorable. Very much ignorable. Let's see how much they're willing to pay for Torcar. Not yet, they don't have the money. What about you? You ready for Mistnar yet? Mistnar. And 2.5k still. That's a little bit low. A little bit low. Okay, wait 1 second. Are you... Oh, you got the Skaven Plague. Are you willing to attack the Vamps? Minus 11? Not likely. Are you willing to... I just checked that. Okay, well... I think... While they were at war with Clan Angren, it's probably not going to happen. But maybe, who knows? Who knows? Alrighty, well that looks like that's all we can do for this turn. Let's see if Scarby decides to attack us, or whether he tries to slip away. I'm tempted to build, for example, Kings of the Mountains diplomacy, but it doesn't really give us much right now. Even if it's a little bit of a waste of valor. It's fine. Skip outpost available and turn. Our money went up and then went back down way too quick for my taste. And there he is. Okay, and he's going to besiege us at Al Haik. Sure. Not unexpected. Balthi, you want a defensive alliance with you? I'd love to, but Durthu likes attacking you, so I'm gonna not do this yet. Now we need to pay attention. If, well, we just gotta try to get Durthu into a fight with, the Vamps. That'll deal with it. Al Haik besieged, yes we know. Sacrifice to Mathland for the cult of... Oh, Clan Angren destroyed. Okay, that answers one thing. Brutal business. Oh, that's not great. Well, actually, it might help the peasants be a little bit better in terms of their melee capabilities. Maybe that is better. It's a bigger buff for a unit of peasants than it is for a unit of bloodletters, so yeah. Yes. Perhaps. Perhaps not the worst thing in the world. With Clan Angren destroyed, would you now be willing to fight against Sylvania? 8.1. No, still not good enough. Damn. Please don't attack the Empire. Don't cause problems for us right now, Durthu. If only we could give him a territory or something. Just so that we could potentially get that, but oh well. Louen. I'm tempted to fight the battle for the Sword of Couronne right now. It might be time to do it, and oh, yeah, we got more of these. Do you want to get 4 battle pilgrims? Nah, this is so expensive. Yes, we could pay for them, but... Let's do... fine, let's do 4 battle pilgrims. You better be worth it, battle pilgrims. Don't screw me on this. And, oh wait, unless the Fey Enchantress already has some, and of course she does not. She has everything but battle pilgrims. Fine. Also gotta remember that our income is gonna go negative as soon as that's complete, so that's gonna be an issue. You stay right here, Adelard. I'm probably gonna swap a bunch of units between the Fey Enchantress and you. Louen, it's time for your quest battle, so let's level you up and let's head on to it. Let's get Scarred Vet for you, because with your regeneration, every single hit point is much more valuable. And though we could also go through to stand your ground. I would like to get him Foe Seeker, but at the same time, he already has Perfect Vigor. They're both decent options. Let's go for Scarred Vet first. Not that anything has been threatening him in recent times. Let's get to you. I guess Scarred Vet as well, or we could just bump up the True Hero Bretonnia. We have a lot of Lords and Heroes in this army now. Yeah, you know what's good. Just go True Hero Bretonnia. We need the extra cash. And I guess the same thing for you then? There you go, a little bit of money. It's not like these guys are that point hungry compared to others, so wouldn't be that big of a deal. Oh, you're ready to go through Quality Feed and into Self-Centered. And then into Blinding Majesty as soon as we can. That would be fantastic as well. And then later on, Hero of Bretonnia. Damsel of Life, you have Earthblood maxed out. We could probably still use Replenish Troops, assuming, yeah. You guys don't have it, and we still don't have mana, right? Yeah, we still don't have mana in this army, which means we'll go for Replenish Troops, as the other stuff ain't that useful. Should also get Onslaught. Weapon strength +3 when attacking, basically at all times. Anything at the current time that doesn't cost us mana would be a good pickup. Evasion is fine, but yeah, I mean, you're not going to get caught on your Unicorn. You move at 133 speed. Very, very unlikely. Let's go Power Sap. Alright, and time for a quest battle. Let's see. Where is it? Sword of Couronne. Let's give this a read before we fight it. Shouldn't be that problematic. I was saving it after all. Here it is. A great mist descends across Bretonnia that even the light of the sun cannot pierce. Beyond... Wait. Before I forget, cancel Heraldry of Carcassonne. There we go. Once again, it was important to do that. A great mist descends across Bretonnia that even the light of the sun cannot pierce. Beyond it, the distant shouting and smashing of green-skinned hordes inciting panic across the land. Though many bravely fight back against their incursions, few dare enter the mist, save for one elder warrior, a noble questing knight, rumored to be stalking the gloom alone, pledging to purge its evil. The king and his retinue ride to the warrior's aid, first heading to where he was last sighted. After days of searching, the hero's corpse is found with a journal containing the location of the evil source. A place that emanates with chilling sound of a vast orc war camp. Man, the atmosphere of this felt like it would be an undead thing rather than an orc thing. But still, teleport. Kind of a waste of 500 money when we're so close. But you know what? I'd rather save the extra movement. Teleport. And what do we have in terms of reinforcements? Shouldn't be problematic at all, but at least we'll get a nice little cutscene for us. Here we go. The source of this vile mist is made apparent, yet here at its source it is thicker and more obfuscating than ever. At the heart of the fog lies a great army of green skins who can be heard beyond the obscuring effluvium, with much yelling, grunting, clattering, zogging, and twatting. Never forget the zogging. Bretonnian knights have thus far managed to hold back all out. Damn.
Companions! Bretonnia's need is dire. This terrible fog corrodes our focus. Our enemy, a horde of horrifying beasts, thrives in this gloom. So be on your guard. A head-on charge may not succeed. We must proceed more carefully. They are fast and deceptively cunning. But you are the lady's men, and no beast will stop you. Should we fail today, Bretonnia will be left vulnerable. The kingdom relies on us. So fight to defend all you hold dear. That's it!
Alrighty, the Lady wills it, no need for a second speech after the first, and here we go through the forest to find the Skull Smashers. And now for those who don't remember, the reason I decided to wait on this particular battle was because the Confederation for most factions causes a massive public order problem, which obviously ain't great, and in SFO, due to the rewards of the quests giving a massive plus 25 control for 2 turns, I like to use quests in particular to counteract those negative public order issues. Whether fortunately or unfortunately, I'm going to say leaning towards fortunately, Bretonnia doesn't have that issue at all, and thus that isn't quite relevant. Anyway, the Gobos and the Orcs are milling around in the midst of the forest while Louen and his paladins touch down to attack their lord, who's a mere level 2 war boss, Zagrek and Gobspit, and will probably be destroyed without too much trouble. As usual, our knights are charging in, and our knights errant are on the flanks, and they will hopefully run enemies down. Obviously, they're not as tanky as the other knights, so we gotta be a little bit more careful with them. And, oh, what the heck, camera doing weird things. And here we go, first charge, the Louen Lions are in it first, as they usually are, and they like to do the most damage, so it makes sense for that. There's the Questing Knights and the Knights of the Realm as well, the latter engaging some Boar Boys, though with their anti-large they shouldn't have too much trouble in going after said Boar Boys. The Knights Errant are moving in as well, just to make sure that the Boar Boys can't run and do get surrounded by, well, Knights. Oh, I like the glinting of the sun through the tree line. And goblins go flying. Do you guys like flying goblins or punting goblins with their cavalry charges more, or do you prefer punting undead? But I can't throw a little mini poll down in the middle of a video. Anyway, let's see. Out here, the Nighty Knights are fighting alone against 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, was 4. They've managed to force a Night Goblin Archer unit to rout, but damn, left them alone a little bit while the other units get engaged, so hopefully we'll move in to help them in a bit. But otherwise, we have roughly the same number of knights as the enemy has units at this point. I mean, we didn't start off that way, but enough units have routed, and the Boar Boys, I believe, are done, so it shouldn't be that concerning. The biggest threat on the field, the enemy Black Orcs, are trying to fight Louen and the Paladins, and of course they can really do no damage to any of them. And while they obviously, like the last time we fought Black Orcs, they are very much threatening to any of our regular knightly units, that's why we sent the Paladins and stuff after them. Looks like the Questing Knights are having a great time in the background. Gobos still go flying every which way. And that's an Orc and a Gobbo. Looks like the Gobbo landed first there. I imagine you're not getting back up either, half buried in the ground as you are. Looks like we have finally moved in to help out the Nighty Knights, who have taken a little bit of damage, and now the Louen Lions are in to clean up. Wherever there is the most danger, that's where you'll find the Knights of the Lionhearted. Alright, very nice. Still wheeling around. I do believe this battle is pretty much ours. Not a significantly difficult one, but hey, and we needed to get to that sword. Still a few units helping out, and these are the reinforcing units that moved off from this side of the map to help, but obviously they're not going to be anywhere like enough. And oh, look at that. There's a Goblin Great Shaman running around back here. Probably should have killed him. And was focused on the enemy war boss and then the Black Orcs as the biggest threats, but the Shaman is still there. Ah, there we go. Beaky and the Knights and just trying to shove their way through the mass of Orcs here, and fairly successfully, I might add. You gotta love some of the models of the Regiments of Renown. It always makes me wish that you could borrow the models for several Regiments of Renown and use them in place of regular units. And the Knights of the Lionhearted with their glowing lances and their pretty fantastic barding are definitely one of those. Although regular Questing Knights are pretty fantastic as well, but I'd love to use the Knights of the Lionhearted models in place of regular Knights of the Realm, especially for Louen, or at least while in Louen's army. make them all Knights of the Lion-Hearted, even if they don't share the stats. Anyway, just trying to run down the last of the enemies here, like these poor gobos trapped in piles of knights, and I do believe the enemy shatters, and the battle is ours. Alright, very nice, very nice. Perhaps underestimated the enemy very, very slightly, as we did lose a few knights, but at the end of the day, nothing as significant, let's say. Lewin's Lions cleaning house once again with 56,000 damage and 450 kills. Lewin very respectable up at 30k, and then Lewin's Lions followed closely by Forzilady, who are at 36k and 260. And not that the Nighty Knights are all that far behind either. Well done to everybody. Looks like by and large the Knights Errant got less kills than everybody, but that's why I didn't name them. Anyway, and they're gonna be replaced from this army anyway. Ransom captives, once again I'd like to do it, but I guess we probably shouldn't be racking up negative traits with the Louen. We could risk it, but... you know what, we'll try to acquire this negative trait with another character. I just want to see what exactly the negative trait is, because if it's too bad, then we don't want it on Louen, but if it's not that bad, then we won't care. Kind of like the sacking trait. Anyway, execute the captives once more, and the Sword of Couronne will be ours. And hey, the Companions of Quenelle, the last, I believe, of the Knights, is available as well now. Alright, so the Sword of Couronne will also reduce our upkeep cost for the entire army, and considering Louen will always have the most expensive army, that should be pretty good. I forget what sword he was using before, but, well, this one is probably better. Although it doesn't give him an ability to increase his own weapon strength while attacking, I guess it doesn't really matter, considering. Without buffs, rather. His stats are already pretty darn swell. Okay, now we could head out to sea, but I think... Wait, how far can you travel at sea? Just out of curiosity. Oh, reasonably far. Maybe we should go out to sea. The thing is, we could try to chase down Sloppy Crookshank, and there is an island right there that would allow us to complete 4 vows, I want to say, pledged to Manan as well, but win a battle at sea. And all of the paladins are currently pledged to Manan, and the Damsel of Life is as well. Yeah, we gotta go out to sea. And we do have 11 turns, so go out here. It's a shared sea, so hopefully that will allow us to heal up a little bit. Let's find out. It won't allow us to generate any mana, unfortunately, but oh well. And no, we're okay. Good. And also, Louen, do you have a valet? You do have a valet. We just gotta make sure we have one on every lord. Esther and Chantal, you're both gonna follow along. Both in march stance, I guess.
I see my path.
And then the rest of you are fine. Eleanor, just stay here and buff the place up, or continue buffing the place up. Oh, actually, speaking of, we should build stuff here. It's gonna be quite the province, after all. We should probably also build defenses at the Blackstone Post, in particular. Avril, you are fine, and damn. Okay, we're gonna have to go into Realm of Chivalry for a turn. To reduce the cost of upgrading Couronne. I completely forgot that it was nearly ready, but oh well. And not a big deal at the end of the day either. Next up, who do we still have that can move? Cedric. Do you? We could give him items, but if we lose the battle, I wouldn't want to lose him out. I gotta give the Banner of Eternal Flame to Louen as well. Court Jester won't help us here. Pit Fighter probably would go on Rapunzel. I guess we could get a valet. I mean, that wouldn't be a big loss, but I think I'd rather not waste potential good items if he gets wrecked. The problem will be Scarbrand himself. He's very, very tough to bring down. The rest of his army probably less so. I mean, we do have a garrison here, and a bunch of extra peasants. I think we'll be okay. But once again, I'd rather not risk it. Otherwise, I believe we're good. Adelard is just sitting here ready to trade units. I guess we could channel a little bit. Not that I think that'll get too much use out of him, and then next turn we'll be able to confederate the Fey Enchantress, which will involve a lot of admin work. But it is what it is. Anyway, let's double check the buildings. I'm pretty sure we have... Oh, nope. I was about to say I'm pretty sure we have everything where it needs to be, but I lied. You, Ultra Mountain. You need to get probably the windmill. And at the same time, probably the tap room. You're not going to be positive in public order for very long. In fact, why are you positive in public order? Events. There's something good here. What event is giving you plus 20? Oh, the casual... Yeah. The quest that we literally just did is fixing your public order, but it'll only happen for 2 turns, so yeah. We'll need the brothel everywhere. Build brothels everywhere, that's my motto. The rest of this stuff will be traded to the elves. And the wasteland can be ignored, which means we're good. Alrighty, let's get back to Heraldry of Carcassonne and confederate them as soon as we end the turn. Just double checking the non-aggression pact with Safari. No, they're still angry with Avalorn for whatever reason. And I know Silostra is hanging around.
Yes?
Could be a concern. Camry is willing to go defensive pact, but I don't think that matters to us right now, and the rest of this I don't think matters. Yeah, we could also go for military alliances with the various elven forces, but kind of iffy on that one. Once again, I just really don't trust them to not attack random factions. That wouldn't be great for us at the current time. Oh, could build a couple more cheap peasant mobs if we wanted to. I think we're more or less okay. Anyway, skip unassigned skill points, building upgrade available, outpost available, and turn. Alright, so we have Confederation with the Fey Enchantress and potential attack from Skarbrand, depending on how long he wants to sit there. You're still willing to do military alliance, I know. But we'll wait on that one. We might actually be able to get all the way to the Maelstrom and destroy Count Noctilus before the endgame scenario arrives. That would be swell. Skarbrand is not attacking this turn. Okay, well, that's a little bit concerning. Our forces are growing. He is still sieging. I guess the question will be how long he's willing to do that. Ah, there it is. Confederation with Carcassonne. It's a lot of money. We're not doing that. We're gonna give up chivalry again, and we're also gonna give this a raid. It was Duke Lambard of Carcassonne, one of the famed companions of Gilles the Uniter, who first adopted the image of the sword for his nation's heraldry. Although Carcassonne was one of few Bretonnian provinces that did not see a great battle on its lands, Lambard rode out to fight victoriously in 9 of them. The blade symbolizes Carcassonne's warrior culture, attested by their centuries-old tradition of gifting every newborn son a freshly forged sword, which they are made to touch as soon as they enter the world. It is then ornamentally placed above their cots until it can be wielded. Swell. Demand fealty. And what are we at? Minus 4.3k. And hey, short victory achieved. If nothing else, the hero capacity and the control bonus are very welcome here. Now, what do we get out of this? Ooh, -1 recruitment for all Bretonnian knights per turn. I'm 90% sure I'm going to pick this one. Diplo with Wood Elves, fine, but we're okay with the Wood Elves right now. Income from farms plus 10%, it's not bad, but we have 100% from a windmill and another 50% from a damsel, so... Or not a damsel, a prophetess, so another 10% isn't all that much, and it's farms only. If this was all buildings, it would be a different question. And then casualty replenishment rate, also pretty great, but only for non-knights. And why would we favor the peasants? I think we're gonna have to favor the knights here. Yeah, -1 turn, first tribute. Alright, now the question, what did... Yeah, technology research, and another war banner, our 3rd or 4th. What did the AI do to the Fey Enchantress and her point attribution? She's got 1 point in Shield of Thorns, 2 in her non-thunder. Oh, actually, not so bad. Much better than I was expecting. Not great, but also not bad. She is unfortunately also point hungry, as she has 2 lures, but I think this is fine. A little bit iffy on the extra point in Awakening of the Wood and Harmonic Convergence, but they're both nice and spammable. I think this is actually fine. Oh, growth plus 20 for all provinces. That's just swell. Not that she'd have access to it at the current time, but still swell. And what does she do? Okay, so hers is peasant mobs. Yes, okay, good. Okay, so I was wrong about the battle pilgrims, but wait. She has nothing for battle pilgrims? Prophetesses and embedded damsel heroes. We got buffs. We got Grail Knights and Grail Guardians. Yeah, that's the main one, but it'll be a long time till we get them. Peasants purse charge bonus for battle pilgrims and Grail Relic. Huh. Wait, so she does buff them. Wait, what the hell does Rapunzel just buff generally all peasants? Though to be fair, these buffs aren't all that good. A little bit of charge bonus and a little bit of spell resistance. Kinda, who cares, to be perfectly honest. But not a big deal. Okay, I'm going to leave the admin of this to... Oh! We got 3 free questing nights. Okay, that ain't bad. There's a bunch of armies here, and I'll deal with them between the episodes, because I have to think about which units to delete and which units to keep, and, you know, fix this and fix this. So, yeah, that'll be a little bit. I'm just wondering what exactly we put in the fan changes there. I'll figure that out between the episodes, and I'll come back to you guys. Next up, we need to defeat the army at the shipwreck. So, this is what we're gonna do. Chantal... You have Pledge to Protect, and Esther, you have Pledge to Mana. Okay, so, you're gonna move up here. Ah, you can't reach it. Damn. I don't want to waste another turn to do that. Oh, wait, Louen can't reach it either. Oh, okay, well that's fine. Well, actually, he looks like he barely can. Alright, fine. We're gonna head very close to it, and then we'll head to it next turn. And we'll transfer his army to one of these guys.
My path is clear. I know the way. Seers.
In order to win all these guys troughs and stuff, and these guys as well. I'm really hoping that a shipwreck will give us a battle. I'm 90% that it does, but well, 90 isn't 100. Let's go with that. Anyway, a little bit earlier than usual, I think, but I think I'm gonna call the episode here. And the thing is, the rest of this is gonna be admin, and I don't want to waste 20 on-screen minutes in just playing around with the various peasant deletions and stuff while we fix this nonsense and figuring out the building nonsense as well. So, calling it here. Next time I'll come back and show you guys what I ended up doing with the armies. Per the comments, I might also download the I have it already. Re-enable the one-button respec mod. That is, if it works at the current time. Because this will probably... Well, this is fine, but some of the other lords are probably not so fine. Anyway, save this for next time, as well as a sea battle, and more importantly, since Skarbrand's sieging Skarbrand himself, and we'll probably have time to get to the Galleon's graveyard, which should be a heck of a battle for Louen. So stay tuned for all that. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.